Good morning, graduates from the School of Business. All right. My name is Wayne Edwards, Professor and Chair of American Studies, Media, and Communications. I've also had the pleasure of serving in several administrative posts here at Old Westbury: Dean of Students, Vice President for Student Affairs, Chief Diversity Officer, Vice President for Institutional Advancement, and Executive Director of the Old Westbury College Foundation. So though I may not know all of you from the classroom, I may have met some of you in different capacities. But I bring that up to say that I thank our president, Dr. Timothy Sams, our provost, Dr. Duncan Qualis, and Ms. Danielle Collins-Groner, chair of our commencement committee, for asking me to do the honors of greeting you today. It's a privilege that I do not take lightly. That said, welcome graduates of the class of 2021. I almost said welcome students, but after Sunday's commencement ceremony, you are no longer students. You are now officially alumni of the college, so give yourselves a round of applause. Okay, I also extend greetings to faculty, staff, administrators, members of the College Council, the College Foundation, and friends of the college who are with us today either in person or virtually. And last but not least, your family, your friends, your loved ones who have supported you throughout your impressive academic journey. Please make some noise to show them your love and appreciation. That was pretty good for 9:30 in the morning. All right, so since you're ready, let's get the show on the road. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce someone who is not only a dear friend and colleague, but more importantly, someone who holds a special place in the Old Westbury family. Laura Anker is a distinguished service professor of American Studies and director of the First Year Experience and Community Action Learning and Leadership programs. The CALL program has earned Old Westbury a place on the President's Higher Education Community Service Honor Roll every year since its inception in 2007. Dr. Anker is co-editor of the Ethics of Engagement, Educating Leaders for a Just World, co-author of Women of Courage, a study of Jewish and Italian immigrants in New York, and has published peer-reviewed articles and presented papers at national and international conferences on the importance of civic engagement and community learning for retention, intercultural understanding, social activism, and effective global citizenship. A community leader and frequent speaker on issues of education and immigration, Dr. Anker was elected to the East Hampton Union Free School District for 7 terms, 21 years, and served both as its president and vice president, as well as serving on the executive committee of the East Hampton Group for Good Government. In 2018, Laura Anker was honored by the Old Westbury College Foundation with the Leadership Award, and in 2019, was awarded the Outstanding Experiential Educator for Higher Education by the National Society for Experiential Education. So I guess you get the idea now that I could go on and on and on about Laura Anker's accomplishments, but I'll stop there and ask that, ladies and gentlemen, that we please give her our warmest welcome, Dr. Laura Anker.
Thank you, and congratulations to the graduating class of 2021. You are the largest graduating class in Old Westbury's history. Let's give yourselves a big round of applause. While we were able to honor you on Sunday in the grand formal virtual graduation with all its pomp and circumstance, we're also so happy to be able to celebrate your achievements in these small, more personal ceremonies on Old Westbury's beautiful campus. And how many of you feel good to be back on this campus? Yes. Although health precautions imposed by COVID-19 prevent your parents, extended families, and significant others from being here in this room with us today, we're live streaming these activities, and you'll be able to take pictures with all of us in here, but you'll be able to take pictures with them outside. And if you want, your teachers, your faculty, we can come outside to take pictures with you and with them so that you can fully memorialize this wonderful event. I know that as your greatest cheerleaders, they join us in applauding your achievements, academic, personal, and civic, the ways you have grown and the obstacles you have overcome to graduate from Old Westbury. Without their love and support, you would not be college graduates. Please join me once again in applauding them. Born out of the struggles for civil rights, economic, racial, and gender equality in the 1960s, Old Westbury is a young college with a long tradition of commitment to diversity, equity and inclusion, educational empowerment, active learning, community engagement, and leadership for change. From its inception, Old Westbury was committed to providing an elite, liberal arts, interdisciplinary education in a democratic context, to educating those who have been traditionally bypassed by American education and continue to be bypassed by American education, every place but, or lots of places but at Old Westbury. Women, students of color, immigrants, working class young people, and older adults. By graduating, you demonstrate that you have, in the words of Adrienne Rich, claimed this very special college education. So many of you represent the first generation in your families to graduate from college. Most of you have worked often too many hours to help support yourselves while in college and to contribute to your families. Your graduation itself challenges the widening economic and racial divide in American society. By being here today and in your contributions to your families and communities, you personify Mahatma Gandhi's often quoted phrase, "You must be the change you wish to see in the world." I know that the faculty, administrators, and staff gathered here today share my respect, admiration, and even awe, yes, truly awe, at the enormity of your accomplishments. Graduating from college is a major achievement in normal times, but you have persevered under the most challenging of circumstances, a worldwide pandemic that has ravaged our nation and the globe, forcing you to complete the last year and a half of college, of your college education remotely. Despite the difficulties of a transition to virtual learning, you've excelled academically and contributed as tutors, teaching assistants, college and community ambassadors, poll watchers, essential workers, and so much more. You're leaving us to continue your education in graduate programs and professional schools, or to begin your careers serving our society in finance, marketing, social media, as accountants, and as entrepreneurs who speak truth to power, knowing that education is the essential foundation of a democratic society and engaged global citizenship. As college graduates, you will enjoy more rewarding careers and earn at least $1 million more over your lifetime than those whose highest degree is a high school diploma. But your Old Westbury liberal arts education will continue to enrich your lives in so many more important ways than money. making you happier and transforming your careers, friendships, ideas, values, and communities, the person you are and whom you will become. I can testify that learning from the differences and similarities in your voices and stories, inside and outside the classroom, has shaped my life and who I am as a teacher, an historian, a community activist, a friend, a spouse, a mother, and a grandparent. You are graduating from college at a particularly difficult time for our nation during a global pandemic which has taken so many lives. And I know that it's taken the lives of many of your loved ones, and which has accentuated the problems of racism and inequality that has plagued our country from its inception and continues to undermine our democracy and our humanity. But you, our Old Westbury graduating class of 2021, make this also a time of great hope and optimism. Of great hope and optimism for a better future. The unique diversity of Old Westbury has enriched your classrooms and challenged all of you to listen more fully, reflect more deeply, think more critically, decide more ethically, care more intensely, love more broadly, and act more courageously and compassionately in everything you do. It has taught you, in the words of Martin Luther King, that an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. As Old Westbury graduates, you know that the greatest measure of success is the contributions you make to the community. You have learned from the different experiences and perspectives of your classmates and faculty to speak out and act against racism, sexism, inequality, and cruelty, to break that silence and bridge some of those differences between us, as Audre Lorde reminds us, for it is not difference which immobilizes, but silence. To a divided nation and world torn apart by racism, hate, inequality, and the decimation of the environment, you bring the ideals and values expressed in Old Westbury's historic social justice mission. Access and equity, inclusivity, critical thinking, empathy, creativity, intercultural understanding, lifelong learning, and civic activism, a commitment to building a more just and sustainable world. As graduates, you've become part of Old Westbury's history, but you also joined the family of global alumni, 31,000 people strong, who will shape the college's future. We look forward to staying in touch and connected as you embark on your future journeys, and hope that you will channel the magic of Old Westbury to the problems of your communities, our nation, and the world today and in the future. Thank you and congratulations. Oh, and I almost forgot my most important job. Sorry about that, which is to introduce our new president, Dr. Timothy E. Sams. Dr. Sams began his tenure as the 6th president of Old Westbury in January 2021, amid the COVID-19 pandemic, protest, political unrest, and the college's pivot to virtual learning. Dr. Sams brought with him 3 decades of experience in improving academic success and college completion, particularly for students from underrepresented and marginalized communities. In 4 short months since his arrival, Dr. Sams' commitment to Old Westbury's students and mission have won him the admiration, respect, and affection of the entire Old Westbury community. His leadership promises to advance Old Westbury's impact on the local and global community and our standing as one of the most diverse colleges in the nation, with a commitment to educational access, excellence, equity, once again, to building a more just and sustainable world. Dr. Simmons.
Morning, everyone. Good morning. I want to ask you to help me thank Dr. Anker for giving a wonderful presentation that was anchored in our values as a college, that inspire you to take what you've learned over the last years and to carry them throughout your careers. And so please join me in thanking Dr. Anker one more time. I also want to ask you to thank Dr. Edward for being courageous enough to manage this ceremony. Thank you. And then finally, I want to ask you to thank once again Ms. Danielle Collins-Groner for her work, not just for this event and the 13 others that will take place and have taken place over the course of this week, but also as the producer, director, writer, and everything else for our wonderful graduation, albeit virtual, ceremony we have on Sunday. We appreciate your work. Thank you. So on Sunday, virtually, we recognized approximately 1,400 undergraduate and graduates who completed their studies here at Old Westbury. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we had to conduct the ceremony again virtually, but in my opinion, we did a great service to you and to our college in the process. Yet today, we continue to honor you graduates with this recognition ceremony that's designed to allow you to have an in-person opportunity, most especially with your faculty. My job is simply to welcome you today. Not only are we here because of you, as I've said before, we're also here because we like wearing our regalia. And no matter how many times we put it on, we still feel a little better when we wear it. And so we want to thank you for giving us yet another opportunity to wear our regalia. But seriously, we owe you graduates an even greater note of gratitude for allowing us to be part of your growth and development over the past 2, 4, or 5 years. And please know that you have taught us more than we have taught you. I think it is often lost upon students, the fact that you bring the real world as presently being lived into the classroom. And you challenge us at every moment around the ideas that we sometimes have been pushing for 10, even 15 years in order to make them classics and durable. Every day you come in, you give a new twist to ideas, not just keeping it fresh, but keeping it current and relevant. But additionally, when you push us, we grow. When you talk about your lives, we grow. When we see you move, we grow. You not only paid us an inordinate sum of money for us to get you to this point where we're giving you a degree or you are receiving the degree that you earn, but you also paid us to teach us as educators. And this day is as much about our graduating and as much about our growth as educators as it is about your accomplishment. And so we thank you, not only for paying for our education, but also being our educators at the same time. In Ghana, West Africa, when you return from a trip, the family sits you down, most often in a circle. They get you a cold beverage, a cold drink, it's often called. Most often it is a Fanta soda. And they ask you a single question. What have you done since the last time we saw you? And you go into the last, year, 2 years. That which has happened over the past since you last saw them. It feels highly appropriate in this moment as it pertains to you. Since we last saw you, believe it or not, almost a year and a half ago, in person. You quarantined, you worked, you looked, you took care of your families. Some of you may have said your final goodbyes to loved ones. You took to the streets and organized against racial injustice, all while maintaining focus on your goal of graduating and finishing this spring of 2021. So it seems fair to say that you have stayed focused, stayed engaged, stayed rigorous, and stayed committed to your future in the time that we last met. And because of that today, we are immensely proud of you. We are impressed by you. You have done some things that we question as to whether we would have been able to do. We honor you. We truly honor you. And because of that, welcome to your recognition ceremony.
Yes, sir. Okay, so before we continue with the ceremony today, I just want to say and ask your permission. You see, I have my phone out, and the reason I have my phone, even though in class I always say no phones, but I have my phone out because I'm caretaker for my 95-year-old mom who's getting her second vaccine shot this morning. So, yes. Yay, Mom. Through the New York City in-home program. So they're going to call me when they're outside the house, and then I'll call her caretaker and say, open the door and let them in. Okay? So forgive me. Hopefully it won't ring anytime soon. Okay? So speaking of my mom, I have to say that growing up, my mother always said to me, my brother, and my sister, that if we're fortunate enough in life to enjoy any level of success, we have to recognize that it's because others reached out to us along the way, right? Others helped us. Nobody does it by themselves. So I bring that up because now you're graduates. You're stepping out into the world. You're alumni of this prestigious institution. And as Dr. Anker said, you are now family members of a 31,000 strong group of Old Westbury alum globally. Okay? So what I ask of you today is if we can make a deal. Okay? And here's the deal. Can you assure us that as you go forth and pursue your career goals, whether that's a job, whether that's entrepreneurial, whatever it is you choose to do, can you assure us that when the opportunity presents itself, and it will, when the opportunity presents itself, will you reach out and help someone else? Okay. Can we get a deal on that? Okay. This guy thought you were going to leave me hanging for a second there. Okay, and then the second part of the deal is as alumni, I hope you recognize the standing that comes with that. No college, no university survives without a strong alumni base. So as part of this 31,000 strong family, we hope that you, one, stay connected with the college. Okay, when you hear from Penny Chin, or I don't see Penny in the room this morning, but Penny Chin. Oh, Cynthia, how are you, Cynthia? Okay, so when you hear from Penny Chin, when you hear from Cynthia and others associated with the Alumni Association or Alumni Affairs here at the college, please respond to them. Please remember to support the college. And support doesn't always mean financial, although that's a good part of it, right? But support also means if we ask you, can you attend an event here at the college and speak to current students, right? And help them. That's a way of reaching out. So we hope you'll say yes. We hope you'll come back and speak and help the next generation so that they're strong, they can graduate, and they can do their part to help maintain and sustain a just world. Can we get a deal on that? All right. Okay, so now we move to conclude our ceremony this morning. So graduates will move row by row with the help of volunteer ushers starting from the back up to the podium. As you come up to the podium, you will note that we have a Zoom monitor over there. So if any of your professors may be with us on Zoom, feel free to stop and say hello, give them a wave. Okay, as you come up, remember to leave space. We are still social distancing. So remember to leave space between you and the person in front of you. Hand your yellow name card at the podium and then cross the stage. As you cross the stage, you will stop for a photo with President Sams and wave to your loved ones watching from home. So you wave to the camera so your loved ones can see you. Faculty in attendance can stand and greet you after your photo with President Sams. Okay, and after being greeted by faculty, I'm going to ask that you please return to your seats for one last formality, and then you're free to take pictures inside, outside, with your family, with your friends, with faculty, administrators, right? We're here to do that with you. Excuse me. So, Dr. Sams, please take your position in the center of the stage. Okay. And I will invite our provost, Dr. Duncan Quallis, to come to the podium to read the names of our graduates. Thank you, sir.
Fernando Zaldana, Business Administration. Roberto Cruz Canales, Marketing. Eddie DeVigier, cum laude, Marketing. Jonathan Plunkett, Marketing. Aaliyah Webster, Marketing. Kimberly Nottingham, Business Administration. Constanza Hess Francini, Business Administration. Asa Tahan Wenin Ruth Abazi, Marketing. Christopher Dabuz, Business Administration. Hussein El Sayed, Business Administration. Melissa Somasur, Business Administration. Denisha Duncan, Business Administration. Patrick DeVito, Business Administration. Giuseppe Galizzi, Business Administration. Alexander Strum, Business Administration. Kayshawn Wardlow, Business Administration. Elodie Shalarin, Business Administration. Marsha Aarons, Business Administration. Natasha Sosa, Business Administration. Melissa Farhajian, Business Administration.
One more final ritual that would have happened Sunday had we been in person. But we feel it's important to make sure that we do now. May I please have all the staff and faculty to stand up and turn to our graduates and give them a rousing round of applause. Now, to you graduates, I'm going to ask you to take your hand and put it on your tassel, making sure that it's on the right side of your mortarboard. See someone put in there. Mortarboard back on. So grab your tassel. At the count of 3, turn it to the left. 1, 2, 3. You have officially graduated a second time. That concludes today's ceremony. Congratulations, and we are so proud of you. Take care.